I'd like to talk about my life as a Kenyan living here in Nigeria. And there's some few things I want us to discuss today. And we want to start with the people. Nigerians are beautiful and wonderful people. I cannot insist that enough. And they have been so amazing to me. When I came here, the way people, they have been treating me, the way they have welcomed me here, I felt home. You know, it's a place where you go, you feel this is home. You don't feel homesick as such because the people have welcomed you, that made you feel at home. If it's something you are looking for, they'll easily help you. If you are lost, they show you direction. Even shopping, they'll even buy something sweet for you. That is how welcoming Nigerians are. And that is something that I've observed and I've loved. Coming from Kenya, for me, I feel home, and this is amazing and beautiful for me. And I love it here. I love to be here in Nigeria. Nigerians are great and wonderful people, and they have done so much for me from the time I came here. They have just been amazing. Let's talk about food. Hey! Nigeria, oh, there is plenty food. Imagine a country. Nigeria is a very big country. Population is big, and in that population, there are a lot of tribes here. Within many tribes, they cook different cuisines, different type of food. Nigeria, there is a lot of food, and you'll be spoiled for choice. There is so much to eat here in Nigeria. And one thing that I love about their food is how organic it is. Their food is so organic. They grow their food organically. If you want to eat a yam, yeah, there you have it. If you want to eat what we call it, cassava or fufu, it's everything they grow here. They grow organically. So their food is so rich. So that is something that I love about their food. It's so rich, it's so organic. And when you eat this food, the taste is so different. They taste so good, so real that when you are eating the food, you enjoy the food. I love their corn, by the way. Their corn is so nice and so sweet, and I love it. And there's so many other food that you can consume here in Nigeria. Yes, I miss some food from home. Oh, I miss my ugali. And by the way, recently, sometimes back, a few weeks ago, I made ugali. I was missing ugali because you can get corn here. Though they don't cook ugali like the way we cook back home, you can get corn and make your own ugali. So I made some ugali and I enjoyed some ugali there. So there's a lot of food here in Nigeria, different kind of food here. They have a lot of food here and different kind of food. The way they make it also so different and so good. They love using a lot of what we call it, tomatoes, and they put pepper. You know, Nigeria with the pepper, and they put pepper, and they use a lot of palm oil. They grow a lot of palm oil. So their food is made so rich. There is enough oil, there is pepper, everything mixed up. There is fish there, there is beef there, everything. So their food, I love their food. Their food is so good. And we talk about their food. What about their housing? When we talk about their housing, here in Nigeria, they pay houses per year. Sometimes maybe you can even pay 2 years or maybe 6 years. It depends with the person you're dealing with, your landlord. So if your landlord agree it is 1 year, you can go ahead and pay. But in Kenya, we pay monthly. Which sometimes I find it you can really move very fast when you are paying my monthly payment for your house rent. So here in Nigeria, I find it fair because at least when you pay your rent yearly, you know you have enough time to do other things or to do other projects. So I find that here in Nigeria, by paying yearly, once you finish paying your monthly, once you finish paying your yearly rent, you have other things that you can do within the year. You can also do other projects within the year. So I find it, this yearly payment. What do you think about it, by the way? Comment down below. Do you prefer paying your house rent monthly or do you prefer yearly? For me, I'll pick for the yearly because I can also do other things in between the year. I can do other projects and focus on other things rather than every month my mind is saying at the end of the month, I've got to pay rent, I've got to pay electricity and these other things. So I find it here that paying yearly is, for me, I find it's good for me. Another thing I want to talk about is their weather. And when you see me looking down, I'm looking down the points that I've jotted down so that I'll not forget. Nigeria has hot weather. I would rather call it warm. It's warm. Coming from Kenya, most of my life, I've lived in Nairobi. And Nairobi is not it's not hot. Most of the time, Nairobi is chilly. The weather is not hot at all. And even when it is hot, you cannot call it hot because it's not all that hot. Most of the time it's cold. But coming here in Nigeria, the weather is quite different, especially the places that I've traveled, the places that I've gone, being in Lagos or in this part of Ondo State. The weather is hot. So when I see the weather for Kenya and Nigeria, I see that if you're coming from a very cold place, coming here, you better carry at least warmer clothes so that you enjoy the country. But also it depends on the time you arrive in this country because they also have seasons. Some seasons the weather is cold, and also sometimes the weather is hotter than the other seasons. So it all depends on when you arrive into the country. That is Nigeria. It's not only hot everywhere. No, Nigeria is not hot everywhere. Some places in Nigeria are cold. Like some places out there, I've had like Jos is not hot, it's cold. So it's not everywhere in Nigeria where it is hot, but the weather is quite different. I'm not comparing, but coming from Kenya, I found the weather is a little bit different. It can be hot sometimes, also it can be chilly a little bit, but most of the time, imagine I'm enjoying the weather. The weather has been very kind to me. I'm enjoying most of the time the weather. It has been amazing. So coming from Kenya to Nigeria, these are the type of weather that you can expect in Nigeria. So you can carry at least light clothes so that you can enjoy Nigeria. And that is what I've observed here coming from Kenya. As a Kenyan living here, that is what I've observed. Yeah, let's talk about the cost of living here in Nigeria. Cost of living, it's kind of almost the same, but not the same. Why? Because if I'm coming from Kenya, and that thing in my mind, I had to stop it because I was kind of changing money in my mind and saying, this must be very cheap. But when I sat down and thought, by the way, I'm in Nigeria, I'm not in Kenya, I better focus on the Naira, not on the.
Guys, in my previous video, I made you understand how welcoming Nigerians are, especially when you're a foreigner. Nigerians actually treat foreigners much better than the citizens. Then, as for the food, we Nigerians, we love pepper so much. Like, we love pepper so much. Like, we love pepper. When I mean pepper, we like it hot. Then for the weather, Nigerian weather is not that frosty. Sometimes it can be warm and sometimes it can be hot. But some parts in northern Nigeria can be so hot. Like it can be extremely hot and cold at the same time. Yes, places like Jos. In Jos, it can be so scorchy and at the same time very cold, like extremely cold in Jos.
I better focus on the Naira, not on the Kenya currency, because you can even make a very big mistake when you start comparing the currency that, this is cheap. It's not like that. But according to the cost of living, I find Nigeria is totally different. And for me, cost of living here is far much better and cheaper than when I compare it in Nairobi. Because being here, it's the things that you can buy with a certain amount of money, you see that it's more than what you can buy when you are in Nairobi, Kenya. So the cost of living for me, I find it's not all that bad, but people are saying that it was fair before, but now the cost of living is a little bit high here in Nigeria. But coming from Kenya, I find that you have a quality life here in Nigeria because of the time I've been here. It's okay for me. I find it's okay for me. Buying my food stuff, whatever I'm doing around, I find it's not too tough for me being here as a Kenyan. There are also so many opportunities here, and I would like to talk about the opportunities. There are people who would like to come here, and maybe when we talk about work or businesses that they would like to come and do here, the type of job you can get here, they are there. But what kind of job are you looking for? Yes, it's not easy to find a job in any place. Even if I'm coming from Kenya, it's not easy to find a job. But the thing I find here, they don't see you as a foreigner, they will not give you a job. No. If you are a foreigner and you are qualified to do the job that you are looking for, they will give you the job. Because one thing that I've observed here, they like to learn from someone who is coming from a different country or a different place, so that whatever you are bringing in, if they join with what they have, you join minds together, you can do great. So here they don't say you are coming from a different country, there's no job for you. No, if you are qualified and there's an opportunity, you definitely get the job. And also if you're Nigeria, yes, you get the job. But I'm talking as a Kenyan coming here looking for work. If you are looking for work and you are qualified and you get the job, you go through the right channels, you cannot be discriminated that you're not from this country. Definitely they'll give you a job. And I see they do that. That is not a problem. So you can also get a job here. But I want to talk about the opportunities of like if you'd like to start business here. There are so many businesses you can do here in Nigeria. One of the things that I've noticed, the market is there. The market is ready. There's a video that I did recently when I was doing farming. I love farming. I may have stayed in the city, but I'm a village girl and I love farming. So farming is very, very good here. It's a business that you can do if you're patient enough and if you love farming, that you're not in a hurry to get your money because farming takes time. It can be very good. Why? People are there to consume what you are growing. And there are people who are, it's not everybody who can go to the farm. So you who can say, I'll go farm and whatever I'll farm, I'll sell. The market is really definitely you sell. Because Nigerians, they love good things. So if something that you are planting and you're growing is good, well, the market is ready and you can sell it. One of the things that I've noticed in farming is only growing cassava. Cassava, like for example, you can make gari with cassava, you can make a bar, you can make so many things with cassava. So with that, the market is there. You can also do another kind of farming, like if you love keeping poultry. Nigeria is consume a lot of eggs. They love eggs. So if you can keep chicken, if you are patient enough, you keep your chickens, you can get your eggs. So there are opportunities in businesses that you can do. That is long term. Another business that I've noticed that one can do here, if you'd like to start doing businesses here, and there is no problem in doing business here, is you can sell water. It's hot, as I've said. So whether you like it or not, you consume water, pure water, every day. I don't know how many pure waters you can take, and also bottled water. So they consume water a lot because the weather will make you consume it. Or minerals like, they call it minerals, like if you're selling sodas, if you're selling things like yogurt, your Fantas there, you can sell because I find the markets there because if you are thirsty for soda, you don't have choice. You will definitely buy something. So when it comes to business like for beverages, you're selling water is your soda. I find it is good because the market is there, whether you like it or not. You consume a lot of water a day, or if you soda, you take it, you don't have choice. Or if you'd like also to open food business, that is a restaurant. As I say, Nigeria love eggs, so, and it's not only eggs yes, they consume, but food business also. I find it is a good business that you can do here. And one thing that I would like to talk about when I talk of job opportunities, whether you are working in the office or you like to open business, as I said, Nigeria is a country that if you are a black person, you are not a foreigner here. This is home. This country, I say, nobody will come and tell you you are not from here. Why have you opened business here? What are you selling? In fact, what I've noticed, I was talking to another Kenyan lady who is doing business here. She has a tailor shop that she's doing tailoring, and she told me they, in fact, patronize her a lot. They don't see her as a Kenya. They see her. This one is our own. This one is doing business here. They patronize her a lot. So they don't have that to say that you're not from this country, will not patronize you, you're not going to buy from. No, they promote you very, very well. And that is something I find amazing about Nigerians. Seriously, they are people that sometimes they will amaze you of how they operate or how they do things. They make you feel this is home, you're welcome here, you can do business here. So don't worry. If you'd like to do business, you can do it here. If you'd like to work in an office, if there's an opportunity, definitely they know say you are not from Nigeria, you not work here. So there are so many businesses and things that you can do here in Nigeria. And coming from Kenya, I've observed that Nigeria is a very beautiful country. People are very, very kind and very welcoming. But if you go to a country like where here I am in Nigeria and they make you feel welcome and they make you stay easy, they ask you, what about our weather? Do you like our weather? What about our food? Have you settled in? Okay. Are you okay? Definitely, you feel that you want even to stay longer. If you have decided to stay here, you feel that, well, I can go ahead and stay here. This is my second home. So these are some things as a Kenyan that I've observed being here in Nigeria, and I've loved this place, and I've seen that there is a lot of things that you can do here. Nigeria has There are people who don't know more. If you don't know more about Nigeria and you talk this, that, they don't add up about the country, I say that the best thing you can do, if you visit this country, you have a different view about Nigeria. It's a beautiful and wonderful country, very rich. It has a lot to offer, and I love being here down below. And talking about how people are very welcoming and nice in this country. Have I told you how hardworking Nigerians are? Hey, if you come to Nigeria and you're not hardworking, you've got to pull your socks very well because you must work hard here. Nigerians are very hardworking. That is something that I've noticed. There's no lazy person who can survive here in Nigeria because someone is working hard. You need to up your game and also work very hard. Sometimes I wake up around 4 o'clock and people are already out. They're already out. They also have already started. Everybody is doing something from the young ones to the old ones, everybody. And it's something that I've noted here. In the evening, everyone take home something. Whether you are small, whether you are a man, woman, everybody is doing their hustle. And that's something that I've noted here, that everybody is doing something. And everybody is selling something. If someone is selling pure water, someone is selling their oranges, someone is selling their designer clothes there, someone is selling their shoes there. Everybody is doing something and everybody is counting their money. The counting money part is the sweet part. Forget the hustle because after working very hard, you got to count something in the evening, do your stock, and tomorrow you do the same thing. That is something that I observed here in Nigeria.
Guys, all what this Kenyan sister said is 100% truth. Like everything that she said in this video is actually truth. And the truth is this, you may not actually know that Nigeria is very much affordable until you leave Nigeria. That is until you visit other countries, then you will understand that Nigeria is actually affordable. Like Nigeria is quite much affordable. Then Nigeria is actually a country that anybody can survive in Nigeria as long as you can work, right? You can survive in Nigeria. Like I've seen a lot of people that sponsor themselves through the university by selling sachet water, right? By hawking sachet water, and they sponsor themselves through the university. Like during the Hamatan, during the dry season, sachet water sellers, they make sales so much. Like they make sales so much. So I think it probably is because of the population in Nigeria. Yes, the population is too much that once you are hawking your sachet water, you don't even have to look for those that will patronize you. Like people are eager to patronize you, people will buy. So I know a lot of people that have sponsored themselves through the university by selling sachet water. So Nigeria is actually a country that anybody can survive in Nigeria. So guys, I'm so glad that this Kenyan sister came out to share her experience in Nigeria so that her Kenyan sisters and brothers will see this video and know how life is in Nigeria.